It's showtime.
How's it going, guys? Spirit Haunter here, back with another video, and today I'm gonna do a little, um, I guess you could call it a repair on this witch that I got from Home Depot. The animated LED witch. She's 6 feet tall to the point of her hat, and this is her demo, but she is broken. So you're probably wondering, why is she broken? She's talking, she's lighting up, she's works fine. You'd be incorrect, actually, because the head is supposed to turn as she's speaking, and you might have heard the motor in there spinning, and that's the issue. Because one day, I think it was actually the same day she actually fell. She fell onto the ground because I accidentally bumped into her, and then she fell on her nose, as you can see right here. But then after a couple activations, after she fell, her head stopped moving. So, yeah, you can kind of hear the gears in there. So you can hear the head is connected to gears. None of the gears are split, I don't think. I think it's the rubber belt in there that connects from the motor shaft to the gearbox. So, I'm going to try to look into if that belt is the problem. And yeah, I'm just going to try to see if we can get her going again, because she's been working fine ever since, or until last year. So, yeah, I really do want to get her fully functional again. Just a side note, in case you weren't, bleh. In case you couldn't tell, the eyes on here are white, and the eyes on her are green. It's just because we painted the eyes green, and the teeth a little more yellow, but as you can see, it's chipping off of there, so we're going to have to go over those teeth again. Actually peeled off the white underneath it, so it's just her skin color. So I'm going to get into trying to get her working again, and see if I can get a new belt for her sometime soon. So, cut to me going into her mechanism right now. Alright, so here is the underside of her mechanism. Now, earlier, I thought this was the housing for the belt. It's not. It's just the motor, the back of the motor. So, I'm assuming the belt is somewhere up in here. The motor still is rotating, and it freaks out after she turns off, because there's no relay switch for the head to hit when it's not turning. So I think this, this screw, that screw, my camera can focus, that screw, and there might be there's a screw underneath this motor casing. So I think that is what I need to take off to get maybe the head off. That might be what that is, and the gearbox in there. So, cut to me figuring out if that's what it is. Alright, so those 3 screws led to this. So, here are the gears. Strangely enough, there are 2 metal gears, and then the rest are plastic. One thing I'd like to note is look at that. Whoa. That is where the belt connects. So, hold on. Yeah, right there. That is where the belt connects. And do you see all of that junk on the motor shaft? The belt is the problem. So, yeah, I can't even pull this up all the way because the wire is in the way. There's the gears, or there are the gears, sorry. And there's the motor right there. So, that only leads me to these 4 screws right in here. There's another one on the other side of the motor. You can't see it because it's in the way. To get to the other side of the assembly here. So, actually, there we go. Now it's in. I will cut to when I find that belt, or what's left of it, so cut to that. Alrighty guys, after a bunch of unscrewing screws and some tacos for dinner, I finally got the part where the belt is undone. And as you can see, there's a bunch of just, I don't even know what that is on the motor shaft, but guess what I found near the bottom here? The belt. So, I'm assuming when she fell down, that just knocked the belt loose, and then when it started turning again, it just flung it out into the head here. So, that is definitely a unique thing to happen. Also, this has to be one of the hardest belts I've ever had to get access to, because I literally had to pry out the staples just to get the head off and the mechanism for the mouth off, unscrewed from that, and then there's 4 screws connecting to this centerpiece right here, and then you have to have a decent amount of force to get that off and then have access to the belt. So that is a kind of strange design. I don't think Techie really put much thought into repairing the belts on these types of witches. So I'm gonna get the belt back on real quick, since as you can see, getting it on with one hand will be too complicated. So let's cut to that. Alrighty, so the belt is on again. I just hope it doesn't shred itself, because I have no idea what all that gunk is in there on the motor shaft. So let's hope it lasts for at least maybe another 2 years before I actually have to replace it. And then yeah, I'm gonna put all of this back together and then give you a full demo on her being repaired. Or yeah, fully repaired. So here we go. Hi guys, it's me from the future. I wasn't able to get the head attached fully to the turning mechanism on the witch, so there is not a demo of the after the fix, but here's a demo of before it broke. So just so you have an idea of what she does when she's fully working. So
welcome to our haunted house. Enter if you dare.
That's pretty cool.
it's me from the future again. So you just saw the demo of her fully working. Now again, that text up there said it already, but that demo was when she was brand new, out of the box, first put together. So yeah, but I need to note this, or else I feel like this will be incomplete. This video will be incomplete. So I got her head turns. It's fully working again. The mouth is screwed in again. The only thing that I didn't get connected was the head. Now that sounds confusing, because the mouth and the head are like conjoined. No, they're not. They're separate pieces. So, how I said I had to pry out those staples? Yeah, I don't know where they went. They just went flying everywhere, and I don't know where they went. So, and I don't really want to glue it back just in case this happens again. So, I could have done a demo just without her head being stapled in, but I never got around to it. So, but yeah, she's fully working now. But anyways, this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this repair video. This is my first one I've ever done. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.